friends, this is the Miss Wolfie from our half-acre homestead, and today I'm going to cook with dehydrated ingredients. Well, mostly dehydrated ingredients. I'm making supper tonight with 2 leftover chev chops or goat chops, 1 cup of rice, 1 quart of organic chicken broth, and 1 cup of dehydrated vegetables. Now you can use any dehydrated vegetables you want, but I like lots of flavor. So what I have here is dehydrated onions, dehydrated carrots, dehydrated corn, dehydrated green and yellow beans, and dehydrated celery. And if you don't think 1 cup is enough, then you got a lot to learn about dehydrated vegetables. Let's get started. Now the rice and the meat are going to go on last because the meat's already cooked and the rice only takes 45 minutes. But in here I'm going to put, I want to make sure I get all the stuff off the bottom. I'm going to put in my 4 cups of broth because you're going to need 1 cup or 2 cups of broth for every 1 cup of dried ingredients, which means I've got a cup of rice and a cup of dehydrated vegetables. So here's our broth, 4 cups. For now, we're just going to dump in all our onions and carrots and corn and green beans. It's going to be marvelous. I'm going to stir these in. Now this is low sodium, so I'm going to add about 1/2 teaspoon of salt, and that's it. Our crock pot's on high. So we're just going to bring this up to temperature, and the last 45 minutes before supper we'll be back and we'll put this in. It's about 2 hours to supper, and I have turned the crock pot to low and I've put in my 1 cup of rice. And as soon as the rice swells up enough that I can put these chops on top and put the lid on for them to warm up. Well, supper's in an hour, and it's a good thing I checked because I actually turned the crock pot from high to off instead of low. So I'm going to take the last 2 chops of last night's fried chop dinner, and I've turned the crock pot back on high, and Bob's your uncle. That will be supper. Yummy. And voila, isn't that a beautiful dinner? Now because Papa is late, you're just going to have to put up with my thumbs up. Isn't this beautiful? Look at that. You'd never know that that had been dehydrated. And look at the corn. You'd never know, would you, that that had been dehydrated. And the meat, even though it was fried yesterday, because it spent the last half hour in the crock on top of the rice, it's really beautifully tender. I've determined that I actually like goat meat better than beef now. Why? Beef has lost the flavor that it used to have when I was a child. But goat may be a little bit stronger than beef, but it has so much flavor. People ask what it tastes like. It tastes a lot like beef used to when I was a child. This is the Miss Wolfie from our half-acre homestead saying, when you have a couple of pieces of leftover meat, if you have lots of dehydrated vegetables and some meat stock in your pantry, nothing stops you from making an amazing, nutritious, and delicious meal. Take care. God bless.